Welcome back to a new video. Today we are heading to Kent Auto Salvage to pick up a parts car. Because scrap's quite low priced, I've managed to arrange a price for the car of £50. They're gonna load it onto the back of the truck. I'm gonna take it back to the yard, remove the quarter panel and some other bits, and then I'm going to return the car back to the breaker's yard. Obviously I will add this in with the numbers at the end and let you know what I paid for it and what it costs to come and get it and then drop it back. But it's going to save a lot of messing around by having a parts car there. So let's get in there, get it picked up on the back of the truck and get back to the yard. So we are back at the yard and we're going to start by lifting it up with the IAB and getting this rear beam off, because that is obviously very important. We need to get that swapped out, and we also need to get it out of the way because we're obviously going to cut this quarter off. It does have little bits of damage on it here and here, but I mean it's going to be getting painted anyway, and there's a bit of a dent here, but like Chris just said, as soon as we start drilling out all the spot welds and taking this quarter off, that should just pop out anyway, and it is going to need a little bit of body work where we are joining that in. But yeah, that's the car. Obviously it's had a front end collision. It's a diesel edition, so it's got all these little trick bits on it. It had quite a nice interior in it. I remember it quite well actually, buying some bits off of it quite a long time ago, but he's obviously sold the interior. So yeah, we'll concentrate on lifting it off on the truck and then getting that rear beam off. Sorry, it has still got a number plate on it, so I'm holding the camera down a little bit, but that's the passenger side. And the reason it's like that, it's had quite a bit of work before. There's quite a lot of filler in there, but the only reason that is like that, because I know that this car wasn't like that when it come into the yard, is they've actually lifted this off of the scrap pile for me. It was going for scrap, so he said take off whatever you want for the £50 that I paid for it, and then I'll just drop this car back round to his yard and they can have it back free of charge. So it's going to save us a few pounds. And if you look there, like, I've just noticed that it's got a brand new shock absorber on it, so we'll be having that as well. Got cracking straight on with that and made really easy work of it. Rear bumper, if I haven't explained it before, quickly do it now. You've got one bolt up under here, under the arch. Got one bolt under the light, both sides. Obviously same this side. And then there was 3 bolts in the axle, the shock. You've got the brake pipe, ABS line now, ABS plug, and you've got the handbrake cables. The handbrake cables, you disconnect from in here. Quite simple. I've thrown the bracket here somewhere. Would have been nice to show that, but it's very simple. It catches both cables and then connects up to this with a 10mm. And we got ourselves a couple of quid there, so the car's working out cheaper by the minute. But we're now going to reposition the camera, pick the car up so that we can pull those handbrake cables out, because they are caught behind that block, and then we're going to put it down and start the process of drilling off that rear quarter panel. time lapse there now, so I thought I'd just cut in and let you know how we was getting on with it. Excuse me, we have drilled all the way up here, and this is now all released. It's all released down here as well. Just found another hidden spot weld there that I had to drill out, so we've got that released there. The spot welds that are up underneath here are too difficult to get to. You just can't get the angle on them. So what we've done is actually cut down the inside here, and then we're going to separate that once we've got it on a stand, because you just really can't get to it. We've cut through here on the seal, so we've got plenty there, and we'll be obviously coming back a little bit. And we've cut right up through here with the Sealy plasma cutter as well, and then you can see just there through that wheel arch. Then we've cut it in here, we've had to, and just here, because it's going to come out with that middle strengthening section in there. And we've also put the cut here and here, and this is where we're going to be joining this quarter panel into the new car. So that's how we're getting on. I'm going to pop it back in time lapse just for a little bit till we get that off, and I'll cut in and let you know the plans. Go, quarter panel is off. It was quite difficult due to those bottom spot welds that we could not get to. This was the only way that we could do it, and thank God this other inner strengthening section wasn't welded to those two inner skins, otherwise we'd have been here all day literally trying to cut that and drill that out. But that's what's left of it. So for that £50 we got the quarter panel, got the rear wheel arch liner, fuel flap in case I need it, the rear beam, and we've got rear light there as well. You know, I do these quite a lot. Obviously I do a few off camera as well, buying the light little damaged ones, so I will use the backlight. I always do end up using them. A little bit that I did want to mention, quite a lot, well, most people always say, God, Chris has got everything, and he has. Every time we need something, he manages to find it. So this is sort of half the reason. Like, you wouldn't believe how many cars this washer pump fits. So we'll chop that off. We'll keep that washer pump, we'll keep a length for the pipe, and we'll keep the plug that goes on it. And then when we get something in that needs a washer pump, we've got one. We always have a couple of little spares kicking around. The relays and fuses, so many relays and fuses are similar across the range in all the cars now. So we will just whip these out. They'll take us 5 minutes, and we'll chuck them in a pot, and then when we need them, you know, we'll use them. But it's only because they're pretty much across the range. They do a lot of cars that we would just keep a little pot full of them in the store, because there'd be no point taking them out of every car. It'll be a waste of time. But a little pack of fuses, I had to buy a pack the other day. It was 5 10-amp fuses, and it was £8.99. You're going to ask me why. It was a Sunday and it was Helford, so I had no choice. But yeah, it's always handy. Just keep a few little fuses and a few little relays and little bits and pieces like that. Apart from that, we're going to be pretty much done with it and get it back to the breaker's yard, because we don't want it here, and I don't want it on the back of my truck. Go back on that scrappy. So not a very long video, that one, but I now have all of the parts, and we've got them all here ready to go ahead and get that project on the way and get it nipped in the bud. There's really not as much to do as you would think. The car's got quite a lot of dents and marks around it, but they'll all be taken care of by the paint shop. So we've just got a bit of a process to do, removing the inner inner quarter, only at the bottom of that quarter panel. Once that's done, we can start tearing into the one that's on the car. The one that's on the car will be a lot easier to remove because we'll just cut a big hole in it and we'll work from the inside, cutting it all out and keeping it all nice. Just where we wanted to obviously use that quarter panel, you have to be so careful that you don't cause any damage on it. So we can get cracking on that car now and hopefully get it sorted out as soon as possible. It's not a very long video today, but it's just the way it falls sometimes. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. We really do appreciate it. Check out the merchandise, the link is in the description. If you do enjoy the video, please do give us a thumbs up, show your appreciation. We really do appreciate it. For the little sneak peeks throughout the day, Instagram, it's Salvage Rebuilds. Like, subscribe and share. Thank you all very much and we'll see you soon in the next one.